every day. I'm like, who am I? Why would anybody listen to me? So I was like, I got to show up as the hope dealer. I hope today somebody sees a different perspective. I hope today. So I just showed up with pure heart, with zero expectations. Because I was like, who am I? I'm like, I'm brand new to TikTok. Why would anybody listen to me? And so with that being said, I created like a 5-second video that was just words on the screen. But I was, there was a picture of me in the video, right? Because the pull and the emotion. And then I would create like a 45-second video. And then the other one was like a minute to a minute and a half. Now, but you got to remember back 2.5 years ago or 2 years, 5 months ago when I started on TikTok, they didn't have longer form videos like they do now. So doing a little bit longer is good, right? But I know when I used to do all my videos like a minute to a minute and a half, I realized most people were dropping off early. So I'm like, I'm going to give them what they want. I would reduce one to 45 seconds.
Then
That's why in this
that
90-day
sounds great
run,
to me. I thought I
I've
was
been
going to have
sharing
to
with
do
you
half an
guys.
hour or more.
What?
I thought I was going to have to do half an hour or more. It's like, oh no,
Oh, no. TikTok doesn't even let you go over like 3 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. I've been watching a lot of videos and listening to people and what they've
Yeah.
been
And can I
doing.
give
And
you a piece of advice? Like, I want you to stop watching videos and I want you to take action and then you'll know what you need to watch.
yes,
You know what I'm
well,
saying?
that's what I started doing yesterday. That's why I kindly said, okay, it's time to do this
For
video,
you.
this TikTok
Yes.
thing. I actually was trying to find out how to open the account. I did open the account, and I'm not sure if I'm a business. I know you said something about opening it as a business, and it does say to me, it keeps saying to me, discover a business page and get started, but I don't know. So should I do that right away?
I mean, I did a business. I used to have a personal and I switched it over to business and it was the best thing I did. But I don't honestly know today because I've been in business for a while.
Okay,
But I
I'll look
mean,
into
you
that
guys,
some more
if
then.
any of you guys are new to TikTok, are you doing a business or professional? And what, I mean, I think business works better than personal because you can get away with more as business.
Yeah, but they want you to have a registered business, which I
Now
do, but some
that's for TikTok shop. All you
I can't
do
now.
is how you switch it over. Like, do you have a personal one right now?
Yeah.
Okay, all you got to do is go inside your settings. You go inside your settings and you go to where it's so easy. Go to settings, go inside to where it says account and it says switch to business. That's it.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah. You're trying to set up the one where you can sell things and all that. It's
Oh,
just with
okay,
the
okay.
switch in here. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, good question. All right. How do you say that? I want to say
Adept.
adept. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Michelle, my question is, would it hurt my credibility to share a pain point in my content that after we retired, we invested my husband's 401k and we lost $525,000 and they had scams going on?
Oh, bless your heart.
We're actually really okay. With all that happening, but just didn't know if that would sound like, oh, don't want to listen to her about business.
Oh, I don't think so. Because to me, I look at it completely different, right? I'm like, wow, you're here. Most people that would get taken over like that in business wouldn't trust anybody, but you're here. And so you're helping people like no matter what you've been through, no matter what people have done to you, you still know that there's good people out there and you're still trying. That's how I took it.
Yes. And I'm grateful you're a good person. I love this. Thank you.
Aw, well, I'm glad you're here. Wow.
Thanks.
Thank you. Okay. Sarah Grace.
Hey, Michelle, Sarah Grace. First time here.
Yay.
I'm in the 7-day launch, like lesson 6, lesson 7 of the Legacy Builder training. My question is, because I'm kind of gone off and on with my full-time job, but I'm about to quit. And I'm hearing so much about TikTok. And I guess my question is, where should I go to learn more about TikTok if I'm going to be on TikTok? That doesn't tell me that in the 7-day launch.
Okay. And what do you want to learn about TikTok?
How to do it?
And what do you mean by how to do it?
Okay, so if I'm understanding that most of these videos are being conducted or established on TikTok, it sounds to me that it would make sense if I knew how to work TikTok.
So I would go to the platform you are most comfortable with.
I'm not on any of them. I've been a college professor for 25 years.
Okay,
So I'm in brick and mortar.
okay, but which one do you think you would
TikTok.
be more comfortable with?
TikTok and probably Instagram.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, are you wanting like just step by step? I mean, there's some training in there, like how to create your TikTok account and things like that, that Jen has done that are really good. That's in your training.
But it's beyond, I assume it's past the 7-day launch to profit, is it not?
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
So it's in a different order than where I'm at. So I'm trying to get out of the weeds because I've been in the
Yeah. Are
7-day
you already
launch
have
all
TikTok
day.
installed?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you're
I've
good
already
on
got an
that.
account. I've already
Okay.
posted three videos, but I don't know if they're the type of videos I'm supposed to be doing. Because what I got out of the 7-day launch was one story, one personal, or what is it? One business, two personal. So there's 3 videos a day, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm still in the process of setting all the technology in and up as far as like my funnel. I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing
Yeah, there's
that.
a TikTok training in there. You might just, after you do the 7-day launch, you might just go to that.
Okay. And
Yeah.
so in the 7-day launch, I'm just going on once a day and doing those 3 stories and sharing the vision,
Mm-hmm.
what was in it for me, what's holding me back, blah, 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 all that. And just
Mm-hmm.
doing that one time a day, but 3 videos,
Right. Mm-hmm.
correct?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
And so the way the program is set up, it's not set up like if it was set up for you to follow it step by step, it would be video 1, video 2, video 3. It's not set up like that, right? Because everybody enters the program at a different skill level. And so like to me is, so that's why I tell people like when you purchase a program, kind of just go through it. You just gotta kind of see what's in there. And
Okay.
so if you go through it, you'll see the TikTok training that is inside of there, right?
Okay.
And then we have a lot of people that will come on in our community that are making the 5 and 6 figures. Most of them all make 6 figures now that do the training. And they that's a social media module inside our community as well. You might check some of that out, but there is a really good TikTok training in there because that's how I built my business.
But you're talking, when you say community, you're talking school. You're not talking LB.
Right. But I'm saying inside your program, there is a TikTok training in there. I would just
Inside the LB.
Mhm.
Okay. So that's where I probably was getting lost too, between school versus LB.
Mhm.
So people would say, oh, it's in the community. So I'd go to LB. I was like, I don't
Yeah,
see
well,
it in LB.
community is community, and then our program is our program.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That helps a
Yeah.
lot. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
there's some verbiage. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're welcome.
Woo, okay. Thank you.
Uh-huh. All right, Yolanda.
Okay, my question is about replying back to the comments, especially when somebody says ready, me, right?
Mhm.
Do I do a video to reply back to them also in text form? And do I send it to their DM?
Okay, all I do is I never do a reply back video. I only reply back a video to people that are asking me questions. Okay, so all I do is if somebody asks for, like my always is ready, right? So if somebody replies ready, I just do that link emoji and I just put my website, which is dailypaybusiness.com for more details. That's all I put. Less is more. And here's
Okay.
why less is more, because it's not a clickable link. So if you start putting, hey, thanks for stopping by, they're only going to read the first few words. So they're not going to know there's a link in it because it's not hyperlinked, it's not highlighted. So that's why I get their attention by that link emoji, and then I just put dailypaybusiness.com for more details. Now, here's why I just do it that way, because think about it, and you guys let me know in the chat if you've ever done this. So you see a video that's getting comments, what do? You guys go look at the comments, right? And so I want people like see my videos getting a bunch of views to go look at the comments, and they're going to see dailypaybusiness.com, 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 and I'm planting that seed. It's getting familiar. And then when something becomes familiar with people, they're going to gravitate towards it. So that's why I would do it that way, dailypaybusiness.com, instead of if you do a voice record video, that it's not branding. Your goal is to really brand you. And so again, that's why I don't DM either. Because what happens is if you DM, they're going to DM you back and you created a habit of DMing. And then people are going to be like, oh, I don't want to do what you do. How many DMs do you do a day? So I just literally stick it in the comments. And then I have it up in my profile, right? And so if you don't have a clickable link yet, I just literally put my domain in my profile.
Okay, I do have that. I see other people replying. I'm like, am I supposed to do that? So I started to do that and I thought, I don't remember hearing that in the program. So I just wanted to reconfirm. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, awesome. All right, Maria? Oh, I still can't hear you. Oh, there you are.
Okay, probably it's the phone that doesn't work properly. It's lovely to see you. I have 3 questions.
Okay, one question. Everybody gets one question because I got a lot of people. Don't got a lot more time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's more about how inside the content I can it's more because I can see that inside my content is more about me. The content more about the client. How
Okay, have
can
you
I
been watching
make
the
them
90-day videos? Have you been
See,
watching the 90-day
yeah,
videos? Okay, because
yeah,
that's what I covered the first like 7 days is how to
yeah.
make your story about them. So what I would do is
No,
if that didn't really process, I would just go watch it again. Like sometimes, you might have to watch it a few times to really comprehend. But I literally teach you like how to take your story and make it about them.
okay. And what the struggle is also like really be make the full video without stopping, how there is a strategy that I could use, like because maybe I stop it and then I keep recording and then I kept going like, and
Okay.
I
So
feel it,
do you create your content in TikTok?
yes.
Okay, so you can stop. Like you can take a pause, right? Like if you are recording a video and you need to pause to look at your notes, you can do that because when you go to edit inside of TikTok, you can cut that part out.
Yeah. It's just to be more natural because I can tell doesn't feel really natural. It doesn't flow like perfectly. Like I can tell that, yeah, I need to maybe
Yeah,
practice more.
you're just overthinking it. Don't
Yeah,
overthink it. Just go get out of your head and get in your heart and just go have fun. Just go have fun. Just go create content. Just imagine walking down the street with your perfect customer and just that you're having a conversation. That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you
Lovely.
got this. You're just in your head, my friend. You got this. You got this. All right. Tanisha?
Can you hear
Yes.
me?
Yes. How are you?
Yay! How are you? I haven't seen you in so long, like on a live. I was thinking about you all day the other day because I went to Tony Robbins' Time to Write Summit, his virtual thing, and I was like, oh my gosh, Michelle would love this. But okay, my question, okay, I think you already answered that you couldn't really talk about the business to personal account. I was kind of only touching on that because I've been getting a lot of engagement on like sounds and like my text on the video. But I can't use the trending ones because I have a business account. I didn't know if it was, I didn't know if switching would hurt my account. Do you know at all? Probably not. I don't know.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt.
If you said you think it would hurt or no?
No, I've had
If
many
I
people
switched
switch
over?
back and forth. Yeah.
Okay, because I thought somebody said that like if I were to switch to personal and I'm talking about business, it would like start flagging me or something. I think I've heard that in the community. No, you don't think it hurt? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
Probably I don't. Yeah.
yeah, you might have to test that, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But I was gonna skip that because somebody answered it already. But my issue right now is that my content is still it's not converting, but I've been getting better at doing my self audits on my page. I've been getting good engagement, but it's only really on videos where I'm not talking about the product. Like, how do I think my main question is, if I can word it right, how do I figure out, or what's the best way to figure out what I'm not saying if nobody responds to my CTA, but I'm getting engagement on videos where I'm not talking, like it's like the sounds and stuff. I'm
Okay,
kind of
but how
missing
long are
like
those
the
videos?
connection point. I've been like you said, I've been trying to like or like you told me to do, been trying to test it out. I've do my 1 minute videos. I've done 45 seconds. All the songs are
Yeah,
short.
but your videos that are getting
Yeah.
all the views, how long are those?
Minute, minute 30 sometimes, or like the good ones where I still get people just kind of
You're doing a
responding.
minute and 30 video without talking?
No. With talking. With the ones that are,
Okay.
with the ones that are the sounds, it's like the short, maybe at most 30 seconds, but a lot of times shorter, way shorter than that.
Okay.
So I don't know. Like there's a disconnect. I know there is, but people are, I get engagement, but I'm trying to figure out what's the connection between to make it convert. I've done the value, I've done my story.
Well,
I don't know.
there's something missing though, right? They're like, so
Yeah.
if it's not converting, the trust hasn't been created yet because connection is
Okay.
currency.
Mm-hmm.
So just like I said earlier to Philip, you need to ask yourself those questions and really think and just evaluate your content. You got to be brutally honest with yourself with your content.
Yeah.
And see because people buy from people, right? And so if they're not
Yeah.
buying from you, if they're not engaged, there's something missing from that content.
Yeah, and I know, and yeah, I understand that because I know there's definitely something missing. I'm trying to pinpoint like what it is. Like I do 2 to 3 every day. I share the
Mhm.
value. I've done my introductions. I do my I talk about the
What
program.
do
I
you
talk about why
mean
I
you
like
share the
it.
value?
Just like the value inside the program, like what I've learned. I've shared testimonies, all the things.
Okay, do you share what you learn or do you turn it into a lesson? Like,
What I
what do you
learned,
mean
what I
by
like, why I
you
did
share
it,
what you learn?
my why. I share all of those.
But what do you mean by you share what you learn?
About what I've learned inside the program.
Mm-hmm.
About what I've learned inside the program, I'll talk about a lot of time. I talk about mindset motivation because I've pinpointed like that's a lot of what I learned, what I like in the program. I figured out that my audience
Okay, give me
loves
one example
the
because I'm going to help
mindset
you flip it here.
for the
Just one thing
what
that you
exactly?
talk about, like what it like. Give me an idea. Like
Well, one thing.
you said you talk a lot about mindset and motivation. So give me an idea
Mhm.
of one thing you talk about.
Like I'm always talking about when I started my online business, it wasn't, of course, like everybody else, I came into it specifically for the money. But I had to understand that I came into it with a terrible mindset, and I had to get over thinking that, that it wasn't for me, that just because I see it working for everybody else, or I would say it just because you see it working for other people doesn't mean it can't work for you, talking about getting in the right mindset, positive mindset.
Okay, what part of
Yeah.
why you sharing that? Why do you think your perfect customer needs to hear that?
Because if my perfect customer is a lot like me, then they're not great at self-motivation. They want to make extra income online. They're trying to be able to afford my one liner is me. I want to be able to help other moms and moms like me, stay-at-home moms, be able to afford things outside of paying the rent. And that's one of the main reasons why I got started and why I wanted to learn more, why I got into the online business and kind of turn, because if I'm talking to my perfect customer, they're a lot like me.
Everything you said is good, but there's no
Mm-hmm.
empathy. There's no empathy in anything you said. There's no compassion. I think that's what's lacking. That's why I asked you. So for example, how many videos have you started like this? So because are you talking to a mom?
Stay-at-home moms.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
cool. So you're at the store with your child and your child sees this toy that they really, really wanted. And you grab your phone and you go to your bank account and you can't buy it. And it's $20 and you can't because you just paid rent. And you're fighting back the tears, but you got to tell them, no, you don't need this. And then you go get in the car and you're like fighting back the tears. And and then you go home, and instead of trying to figure out a solution, you have no motivation because you're just stuck in this rut. So you get on your phone and you scroll. See the difference? I said the exact same thing you said, but I added empathy and compassion.
You know what? That really just like opened like that really just like opened like the way that I've been talking about it, because kind of like the way that you said it and the way that I have said it, like I'm if not, you're so right. Like I don't start it off you're kind of saying it kind of like what's the best way to say it? I'm looking at my TikTok right now.
Well,
Like
it's
it was
this.
a
It's like what I said. Look at the comments.
mm-hmm,
People are saying. They're like, "Oh my
mm-hmm.
gosh,
Yeah,
I'm
you tell a
crying."
story.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they said you got me crying. So what I did is I pulled in,
Yeah.
I triggered the mom. The mom was
Mm-hmm.
triggered by that. And then how you pivot, you guys, that was me. And then I discovered this blueprint. And here's why I love this blueprint. Here's a connection right here, what I'm getting ready to say,
Mm-hmm.
because it helped me get my mind right. So I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
just feel guilty and scroll and decompress on a phone. I was able to take action. And it's teaching me blank. What are you going to say it's teaching you that will make that mama be like, where have you been my entire life?
Okay, okay, so I can definitely admit that I haven't been saying it like that. Like I've been sharing my story, I've been sharing my
But
why.
but it's not
Or
your
like it's not
story.
like that.
That's
Yeah.
not what you want to share. That's where
Okay.
people get like I would go back and listen to my 90-day videos again because it's
Mm-hmm.
not the story you share is the one that would relate to them. And
Mm-hmm.
and when you share a story, you want to put them in your shoes. Like that story, what I just
Okay.
shared. Like that's the connection point. But you can say that story because you've been there.
So it's like take the I out of it. Like
Mhm.
I did this and because I wanted to be able to go to the aquarium without looking at my bank
Yeah,
account.
that's
Like
a
yeah.
so what. That
So
is
it's
a
like
so what.
that's broad.
That
Okay.
is such a so what. You gotta, there's no
Okay.
emotion and connection. There's no
Okay.
emotion and empathy in that.
So more emotion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. I can definitely
Yeah.
see, and I'm really glad I asked because I wasn't looking at it like that. I was sharing that, but not the way, that you said it. Okay. So if I start kind of doing it that way, you think it'll start, I don't know, converting?
Yeah.
That's my only issue right now. I'm
Yeah,
good with
because you're not
content. I'm good with
connecting. You just
I'm good
haven't
with,
connected.
yeah.
You just got to
Okay.
connect. So, like, for example, if you wanted to bring a part of your story in, just say, you know what a defining moment was for me as a mom? All moms are going to be like, well, what? You know what a defining moment was for me as a mom? I wanted to have kids and be able to do things with them. And if I want to get my kid a treat, I got to go to the dollar store.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even go to Target and buy him a toy. We're living that close. Like I have to cross my fingers that they don't grow this month because I don't have money to buy new shoes. See,
Mm-hmm.
it's those stories like that. So then but that took me what 5 seconds to share.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Okay.
you go
Okay.
in to do then the solution, right? And here's the thing. This is where people get messed up. They think you got to make money. No, it's a solution. They don't care how much you've made because you're not paying their bills. They care that you have a
Right.
solution. And if you paint that
Mm-hmm.
picture for them, then boom, they're gonna want to learn more. But it's those
Okay.
connection points at the very beginning.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. See, I'm
Yeah.
so glad I just kind of asked because I was like, okay, I'm not seeing something. I'm not
Yes.
seeing something. Okay. I think that's really it. So it sounds like that's really what I need to work on, the storytelling, the actual storytelling part.
Hmm.
The way, let me ask you this real quick. The way you started it off, like the story, like how you started off the story,
Hmm.
um, I see what you meant by how you were kind of painting it. Like, the feeling of going to the grocery store and your daughter, asks you, can I have this toy? And
Yeah.
you're looking at, cause, and the way you said it, it's like that, I connect with that because that is my everyday, like when I go to the store. So it's for me, like, I would literally be like, use my 4-year-old as an example. I'd be like, the feeling of going to Walmart and you have to go in there to get two
Okay,
things,
don't say
or
that. Don't say you
not
know the
Walmart,
feeling.
or do you know the
No, don't
feeling?
say you
Oh,
know the feeling. Okay. That's not how
not
you
do you know
start
the
it. You
feeling?
start it with the
Okay.
story, right? Because when you're
Okay.
like, you know the feeling, like just start with the story. You don't say that in your telling a story, right? So just like, Just
Like you go
literally,
to
you
the
don't gotta say
store.
in a Walmart, Target, whatever. That's a so what. The only time it's not a
Okay.
so what is when you're like, I gotta go to the Dollar Tree to buy a toy because I can't afford Target toys. Like that $6 difference makes the difference. And I can't believe as a mom I'm here.
Okay. Okay. I
That's
see.
impactful. So instead of
Okay.
like, however you said that, don't start that way. So where we're walking, my child sees the toy in the store. He runs over to the toy and I can't
Mm-hmm.
afford it. And he's always wanted that
And I
toy.
know I can't
I'm
afford it. I know
crushed
he's gonna ask
inside.
me.
I'm crushed
Mm-hmm.
inside because I'm like, how did I get here as a mom? I can't even afford a $20 toy. And instead of
Mm-hmm.
telling him that, because I feel like a failure as a mom, so instead of telling him that, I have to veer him over here. And I'm like, well, maybe if you do some chores or if you do this, I'll get it for you. And inside, I'm crushed. And inside, I'm fighting back the tears. And then we check out of the 3 things we needed at the store so I can do laundry. We get in the car and I'm just fighting back the tears. But you know what? I don't do anything different. I don't try to make a change. I go home, I get on my phone because I'm upset and I feel guilty and I decompress watching social media. And one day I was on social media having an incident like that and I discovered this blueprint. And oh my gosh, what this blueprint has given me, it's given me the vision to see a different life. It's given me the power to show up because I'm learning how to build an online business. I'm learning how to make 100% profit. I'm learning how to have passive income. Because you know what? Next time I'm at the store, I'm going to walk my child over there and I'm buying them the toy.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I bought the blueprint. You see the
Exactly. Okay.
difference?
Exactly. Exactly. Because I could, yeah, I can definitely, and then with you saying it that way, I can totally see in how I can make that small little shift to like actually turn it around and
Yeah.
say it like that. I
But
can,
you
okay,
got
I
to
can
pull in the
definitely say that.
emotion. You're
Okay.
so surface level.
Mm-hmm.
Just you're so
And I
surface.
felt that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Get
Okay.
that. That's
Yeah,
that's
I felt
that's
that.
what I call vanilla marketing. Do you see how I pulled in the emotions? I talk about
Mm-hmm.
I'm fighting back the tears.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how did I get here? Like I
Mm-hmm.
remember
And that's what I felt in my content,
when I was creating
surface
content,
level.
I used to say all the
Mm-hmm.
time, you guys, I'm in my 50s and I'm like, how the hell did I get here? I never thought as a mom in my 50s, my bank account would look that way, but I didn't know what to do. I would watch YouTube videos. I was searching. I'm a hard worker, but I didn't know what to do until I discovered this blueprint. And I got to tell you what,
Mm-hmm.
it was a breath of fresh air. But I used to
Mm-hmm.
say that all the time. You know how many moms have literally messaged me and emailed me and said, that's me. That's
Mm-hmm.
me. I cannot believe my bank account looks like this.
Mm-hmm.
But it's that emotion. You got to go deep. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Deeper, yeah, deeper than it, because I definitely felt that I was being surface level, just couldn't like
Mm-hmm.
pinpoint it. Because I can easily pull in the why I like the blueprint, you know, the loving of the blueprint, kind of how you ended it. But my beginning wasn't the story telling like
Right.
that. So
And that's where you
okay.
got to pull them in. But then
Mm-hmm.
you got to get to the point. You got to remove
Right.
those so what's and you got to get to
Okay.
the point and pull in more emotion. Like when you're going in, you just got to just go into that emotion a little bit more.
Okay. Okay. I could do that. Thank you for kind of for
Mhm.
saying it that way for me. It really, really helped. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Awesome. Love it. Thanks for asking. I think you helped a lot of people. This is why you guys attending these calls are so good, right? Because you learn from other people as well. Jody.
Michelle. Yeah, that last
Hello.
call was really good because I'm a boomer and I'm not very emotional. So that was really a good lesson for me.
Mm-hmm.
Try. Yeah, so one of the things that I'm struggling with content, I've done affiliate marketing before, but I've always struggled with this.
Mm-hmm.
It's a struggle for me mentally to do content when I haven't gotten from point A to point B yet, that I'm still struggling. Not, I've only been doing this for a week with your program, but I'm struggling. I haven't made any money. So I'm
Okay.
struggling
So,
to
but first
offer
of
it
all,
and
Jody,
I
I'm going to
haven't
stop you
done it.
there. You got to stop telling yourself you're struggling because you've created
Yeah.
a block. You'll
Yeah.
never grow if you keep on. You've said struggling like 9
Yeah.
times.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't ever look at it as struggling. I'm growing. I'm
Okay.
moving. I'm learning.
Okay.
Like I remember when I first launched into the digital marketing space, I wasn't on TikTok. I was like, oh my gosh, all I know about TikTok is my daughter dances on TikTok. Like Am I too old? What am I doing? What am I thinking? I don't know, but I'm doing it because all
Yeah.
I know is the only way you have success is by failures. And I don't even like that word because I don't think anything is